Welcome to a new series I'm going to call Bro, It's Just a Joke, where we're going to take programming humor and way over explain it in order to get you to both understand the joke and computer programming. So the first one is, and I think this is by far the best one to start with, there's 10 types of people in this world. Those that know binary, those that don't, and those that know ternary. What is binary? Binary is where in math you can either represent something or a number as a 0 or a 1. However, if you're only limited to this 0 or 1, you can only think of it as two different states that you can represent. However, as you add on more of those placeholders, let's say you have 2, you can have a 1 and a 0. Now, if you didn't know binary or programming, you would see this as a 10. Now, programmers know that if you add more possibilities of zeros and ones, essentially abstract upon the binary system, you can still also use the binary system to represent all kinds of different states depending on how many instances you have. And in this case, we technically have 2 instances that are going on. And that specific instance is where that first placeholder is a 0 and the second placeholder is a 1. Now, when we program, what we're really wanting at the end of the day is to have different representations of these zeros and ones in a more human, I guess, understandable manner. And what we can go and say is, okay, let's use the binary system to have a 1 and a 0 equal 3. And this makes perfect sense because how it counts is 0, 0, and then you go 0, 1, and then you go 1, 0, which we're at now. We're at the third state. And the state is used for representing a 3. Funny enough, there's even another way that you can understand this as a 3 as a programmer. You know that this is a 2-bit system. And we know that those 2 bits have those 4 possibilities. However, on the computer, it can either be on or off. So if you have a 2-bit system, okay, 0, 0 is going to be when it's off. And we're just left with technically a total of 3 states. So if you think of this as a 2-bit system, you know you have 3 states that you can represent.